This is take 2 because I made a beginner mistake and chose the wrong microphone to record. Hello, everybody. How is it going? Today, I want to share with you my workflow for how I basically go through the post-processing for my surprise proposal photography. And in particular, show you how I use AI to make the job fast, easy, and efficient for both the culling, the backup, and the editing part of the process. Now, first thing is worth mentioning is that not everybody is going to want to deliver fast, right? Wedding photographers, family portrait photographers, you may not want to edit fast and deliver to your clients as fast as what you will see I am doing for my clients. But for surprise proposal photography in particular, they want it fast. They want to share the news on Facebook and with their friends, etc., with their family. They want to start preparing their save the dates. They're going to start preparing for any parties they're going to be doing and things like that. So for my clients, they're expecting their photos pretty darn fast, okay? So what is going to happen is I will go ahead, I will photograph the job, I will bring it all into Lightroom Classic, and I will put it in a collection. Now, I photograph with two bodies. At this point in time, what you're seeing on the screen, I was recording with the Nikon Z7 II, which I have in color, and the Nikon ZF, which is set to black and white. You can see it is in black and white right here. And I love photographing in black and white. I have a whole blog article on it, and I will link to that in the description down below. What is going to happen is I will cull this down from the almost 700 photos at 648 photo. Actually, there's a couple of videos in there. So over 640 photos. And I'm going to cull it down to a very small number. And I'm going to use Imagen to do the job. Now, I work for Imagen. I am the community manager at Imagen and the podcast host at Imagen, but I also use it for my photography work. And what I'm doing right now is I'm shutting down Lightroom. I have the photos all queued up in a collection, and I'm going to open up Imagen and show you what it looks like for me to cull the project. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a new project, and I'm to choose to cull. And I'm going to go to the drop down, choose the new catalog. Now I made a collection called Imagen Demo, so I'm just going to search for that collection to make it even easier for me. And you can see 643 photos because the rest are videos. I do BTS video for my proposal sessions. And I'm going to click on the culling preferences so you can see that I have star ratings set. You can go between color label, stars, and flags. I have star ratings as my preferred. And then when I hit next, I can change the project name if I want. I can choose the genre of photography. And then I can choose if I want original photos or edited previews. By choosing edited previews, it means that you will actually see the photos as if they're already edited with my profile, my color profile. And this is great because it means I can have a cohesive story as I'm reviewing the culls. So you'll see that right now there is a bunch of things uploading. The low resolution is uploading for the culling right now, and that will actually be used for editing as well. These are basically the smart previews that Lightroom makes. Then there is upload high res for editing and high res for backups. Because this is a demo, I am not going to have those go, so I will remove that. The backup, high-res backup, is actually for Imagen's cloud backup solution. Every client job that I do, I have it go high-res backed up to Imagen. I also have it go to Backblaze. I also have it cloned to multiple SSDs and a RAID. So my photos are on many locations every single time, all right? But if you're using the deliver feature or the backup feature, you will see multiple high-res uploads go. You can see I am now removing the backup and the deliver uploads because I don't need them for this demo purpose. So the only thing left that's going are the low res smart previews for the culling and then editing process. All right, the cull upload is done. Now we're just going to patiently wait until Imagen does the actual culling. It has to upload to the Imagen servers first, and then the servers, the AI on the servers, are going to do the heavy lifting and do the cull for me. What I'm going to show you once we go into culling here, it's already done. I'm going to open up the culling interface here, and you'll see all of my results. It brought it down to 115 photos. Now, typically I would go through the keepers, which are 5-star, the standalones, which I have set to 4-star, and I would go through those, make sure everything's correct. And then I would go through the 3s, which are the duplicates from the groupings. But in this case, for this demo purposes, I am just going to have the 5 stars go. So this is just to show you right now, I don't need this like building in there. So I'm going to zero out the stars. I don't need to edit that. I would just hit 0 and now it is gone. It is no longer anywhere near potentially being edited, right? Because I don't need it. The other thing is, and Imagen doesn't know this yet for me because it's not yet personalized. However, I do need all of the actual proposal, like the minute of, him getting down on the knee. I need all those photos. I deliver all those, right? Because that's part of the story. And then the rest of like the mini engagement session, those I handpick using, some AI assistance there. But what I'm going to do is wind up for the actual client, I will wind up editing all of the actual proposal. So I would add all those to a color or to the stars or something like that as well. So like where you can see all the groupings are 3-star, I would make all those 4 or 5, for example, as keepers. By going to only 5 stars, I'm down to 105 photos. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit edit those 105 photos. Again, this is not what I would do for the client specifically because I would want to show all the proposal. But what I'm showing you right now also is that you can do the before afters. So you can see the edited previews and not by hitting the tab key or the button at the bottom. But I'm going to hit the edit 105 photos. And yes, I want to only do the ones in this view. I could also edit all of them if I want it. Then I will make sure I choose the profile I want. You can change the profile from the preview to a different profile. And then you can turn on additional AI tools. When it comes to client work, I always do straightening. I always do teeth whitening. And I always do smooth skin every single time for my client work. But again, for this demo purpose, I'm not going to turn any of the additional AI tools on just because when you turn them on, things do slow down. It is also worth noting that when you do turn them on, you can adjust what those do. So you can configure everything. It's all personalized. Because it already uploaded for culling, I don't have to re-upload anything for editing. It's already there. So I will be right back as soon as the edits are complete. You can see the edits are complete. I'm going to download to review. It's going to check the Lightroom catalog, make sure nothing has changed. Once it's confirmed, I will the download edits button, there it goes. It is now illuminated. I can now download those edits and override anything that is previously there. It will actually put the culling results and the edits all back into that collection in my Lightroom catalog that I started with. Once it is done, it takes a few seconds for it to actually download the metadata. Once it is done, I will open up Lightroom and you will see everything in place, just as you would expect. All right, so Lightroom is opening. The first thing I'm gonna have to do is filter by only the 5 stars because again, I only edited the 5 stars. So I'm going to click on attributes, switch it to only view 5 stars. And now you can see the black and white mixed in here, but in a little bit, you'll see the edit start popping in, replacing what was already there, which was straight out of camera. And the beauty of Imagen is 1, it learned all this editing style from me, and 2, it is all non-destructive, so it will actually all be editable if I want, right? I can change everything. So the previews will slowly pop in over time. It does take a little bit depending on the size of your catalog, depending on your Lightroom settings and a variety of things, it does take a little bit for the edits to pop in. But if I go into a photo, into develop module, you can see all of the settings are there. And I can change anything. What I want to show you next is I quite often edit in both color and black and white. What you're seeing right now is my color profile called Those Greens. But I also have a black and white profile for Imagen, and it is actually currently available for sale. You could go to the link in the description with this video, click on that to learn all about my black and white profile. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new collection with virtual copies. These virtual copies will be the color version that was just edited by Imagen. But then what I'm going to is I'm going to go back to Imagen. I'm going to close Lightroom, go back to Imagen and re-edit the project, but with my black and white profile. You can see that everything is in there in the original collection. You can see here's a straight out of camera, but when I go into it, that's the colored edited version. So they're still popping in. All the previews are still still updating. So we're going to close Lightroom. We're going to go back into the Imagen app, and we're going to re-edit the project. So that way I get 2 edits out of the 1 project, because with Imagen, you can re-edit up to 5 times, which gives you 6 total edits on 1 project, which means I can deliver both color and black and white to my clients if I want to, which I quite often do. So we're going to close Lightroom, and then I'm going to click on the 3 dots, and I'm going to say edit again. And I'm going to choose my black and white profile. This is the one that is available for sale. It is called Hypersensitive Panchromatic. It is inspired by Ilford's HP5, my favorite black and white film from when I was photographing with film. And it's trained on well over 10,000 photos from a variety of cameras and a variety of lighting and scenes and daytime and nighttime, etc. It is by far, in my opinion, the most consistent, most diverse black and white profile available. And it is timeless and nostalgic and nice, beautiful contrast, and the textures look great. So I am having some technical difficulties with the video side of things today. So the rest of this video is going to be audio without me on camera, which I guess is okay. We are currently waiting for the black and white edits to be complete. I'm going to pause and come back as soon as that is done. Should be about, a second or 2, and I'll be right back. While we are waiting for the edits to be complete, I just want to mention again that my profile, Hypersensitive Panchromatic, is available. You can check out the link in the description down below, or if you already have the Imagen app, just click on Profile Shop and then filter by black and white, and you will see my profile there. It's also worth noting that if you don't have Imagen already, if you sign up with my link, if you buy the profile, you're getting 1,500 free edits from Imagen as a way of saying thank you. All right, so the edits are complete, and I'm going to click download to review. Again, I'm going to wait for the Lightroom catalog to confirm, for Imagen to confirm that nothing has changed in the catalog. It's done. I'm going to download those edits, wait for it to download the metadata from the Imagen servers, inject that into the Lightroom catalog, and then I will open up Lightroom again, and we will see the black and white photos load up, which has the black and white photos. I think this is the one, and we are going to see how it looks. We should start seeing the black and white start popping in any second. Oh, let me filter by 5 stars. There we go. Now you can see the colors are starting to convert into black and white. And again, this is not the straight out of camera Nikon black and white. This is my profile, Hypersensitive Panchromatic. And they will all start popping in as black and white. And again, they're all non-destructive. I could go in, I can change settings, I can go to the history and even see what was done. You can even see the Imagen edited with those greens, my color profile, and the Imagen edited with Hypersensitive Panchromatic, my black and white profile. So what I want to do now is I want to show you both collections together. I will filter by 5 stars, and you will see the color side by side with the black and white. You're seeing the color still popping in here because a bunch of stuff has changed with the catalog, so it's getting caught up. But that is how it works. My culling process is a little longer than what you've seen. It typically takes me about an hour or 2 to be completely done. I go through the edits, I check everything, and then I send it off to PicTime to deliver to my clients. So I hope you enjoy this. If this interests you, definitely go check out my profile. Again, it's linked in the description down below. It's also in the profile shop inside the Imagen app. Check it out. Hope you like it. Give it a try. Upload 10 raw files and try it with your own photos before you even buy it.